One of the most powerful levers you can pull for your health after 60 has nothing to do with a new supplement, a complex diet, or even adding more protein. It's a foundational habit, so quiet and overlooked that many of us slowly lose it without ever noticing. This gradual shift can be the hidden reason for that afternoon brain fog, the persistent, low-level fatigue that coffee doesn't seem to touch, or even why your joints feel a little stiffer in the morning. We're going to talk about the essential habit of proper hydration, but we're going to do it differently. We'll explore the simple science of why your body's thirst signal can become less reliable with age, and how this impacts everything from your mind to your muscles. I will give you practical, easy ways to stay hydrated, especially if you're concerned about mobility or frequent trips to the restroom. We'll even cover delicious, hydrating alternatives to plain water. Stay with me, because the solutions are far simpler and more comforting than you might imagine. This isn't about forcing yourself to drink gallons of water. It's about intelligently and gently nourishing your body. I'm Dr. Daniel Bennett. For years, my work has focused on translating complex health science into clear, actionable steps that you can use to live a healthier, more vibrant life. Our goal here is to create a space for calm, credible information you can trust. If you believe in taking an informed and gentle approach to your well-being, I warmly invite you to join our community by subscribing. We learn from each other here, and we'd be honored to have you with us. Let's begin with the core of the issue, the quiet fading of our body's most important warning signal. As we age, our internal thirst mechanism can become less sensitive. You might remember a time in your life when you couldn't ignore thirst. It was a loud, demanding sensation. Now, you might go half a day and only realize you haven't had a drink when your mouth feels dry or a slight headache begins to brew. This happens for a couple of key reasons. Deep in our brains, we have specialized sensors called osmoreceptors. Think of them as tiny, precise water level detectors for your bloodstream. When the water level drops and your blood becomes slightly more concentrated, these sensors send a powerful signal to your brain that says, "Drink." It's a brilliant survival system. However, studies suggest that with age, these sensors can become a bit less responsive. The alarm that used to go off when your body was 1% dehydrated might now only trigger when you're 2% or even 3% dehydrated. It's like a fuel gauge in your car that now only warns you when the tank is almost completely empty, rather than when it's a quarter full. At the same time, our kidneys, the body's master filtration and fluid balancing organs, also undergo subtle changes. A younger person's kidneys are experts at conserving water when needed. As we get older, they can become slightly less efficient at this task, meaning we can lose more water through urine. It's a double challenge, a weaker signal to drink, and a system that's a little less able to hold onto the water it already has. This combination is what creates the perfect environment for chronic, low-level dehydration. The solution isn't to wait for that now unreliable thirst signal. The solution is to be proactive. We need to shift from reactive drinking, waiting until you're thirsty, to scheduled sipping. By making hydration a part of your daily rhythm, you stay ahead of the curve. A good starting point for many healthy adults is to aim for about 6 to 8 glasses, or around 2 liters, of fluid per day. But please, hear me on this. This is not a rigid rule. It's a general guideline. Your needs will vary based on your activity level, the climate you live in, and your overall health. The key is consistency. A simple way to start is to link your drinking to your existing habits. Place a glass of water on your nightstand and drink it first thing upon waking. This helps rehydrate you after a long night's sleep. Have another glass with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Just like that, you've already accounted for 4 glasses. For the rest of the day, make it visible. Get a water bottle you enjoy using, Maybe a simple glass one with ounce markings on the side, and keep it in your line of sight. Put it next to your favorite chair where you read, or on the kitchen counter. If you're a bit more tech-savvy, a simple reminder on your phone or a kitchen timer set to go off every hour can be a gentle nudge. The goal is to make hydration an effortless, automatic part of your day, not another chore on your to-do list. Now, a crucial safety note. If you live with a specific medical condition like congestive heart failure, advanced kidney disease, or certain liver conditions, your doctor has likely given you very specific instructions about fluid restriction. It is absolutely vital that you follow your doctor's personalized advice. The guidance here is for generally healthy older adults. Always, your medical team's plan for you is the one to follow. For everyone else, this gentle, proactive approach can lead to remarkable changes. You might notice clearer thinking in the afternoon, more stable energy levels, and even better digestion. So we've established the need to drink proactively. But what you drink matters just as much. Simply flooding your body with plain water isn't always the most effective strategy, especially if you feel like it just goes right through you. This brings us to the crucial role of electrolytes. You hear the word electrolytes all the time in sports drink commercials, but they are profoundly important for us at any age. Electrolytes are minerals like sodium, potassium, and magnesium that carry a tiny electrical charge when dissolved in water. This charge is what allows them to do their most important job, helping to get water from your bloodstream into your cells, where it's actually needed. Think of it this way. Every one of your trillions of cells has a locked door. Water can't just wander in. Electrolytes are the keys that unlock those doors. If you're drinking plenty of water but you're low on electrolytes, a lot of that water can't get into the cells. It stays in your bloodstream, gets sent to the kidneys, and is flushed out. This can lead to that frustrating feeling of having to visit the restroom constantly without ever feeling truly, deeply hydrated. It can also be a hidden cause of muscle cramps, weakness, or even heart palpitations. So, how do we ensure we have enough of these essential keys? You don't need sugary sports drinks. Nature provides wonderful, gentle sources. One of the most comforting and effective is a simple warm broth. A cup of bone broth, or even a basic vegetable broth in the afternoon, is not only hydrating, but also provides sodium and potassium in a natural form. It feels like a comforting treat, but is actually a powerful hydration tool. Another excellent strategy is to eat your water. Many fruits and vegetables are packed not only with water, but also with the electrolytes needed to help your body absorb it. Cucumbers are about 96% water. Celery, bell peppers, and radishes are also fantastic choices. On the fruit side, watermelon is a classic hydrator for a reason, as are strawberries, cantaloupe, and oranges. Incorporating these is easy. Add a few slices of cucumber and a sprig of mint to your water pitcher. It gives a lovely, refreshing flavor that can make drinking more appealing. Have a small bowl of melon as an afternoon snack instead of a dry cracker. Make a point to include a large, colorful salad with your lunch, full of hydrating greens, tomatoes, and peppers. Every bite is contributing to your fluid intake. If you enjoy your morning coffee or tea, I have some good news for you. A common myth is that caffeinated beverages are terribly dehydrating. While it's true that caffeine is a mild diuretic, meaning it makes you urinate a bit more, for people who drink it regularly, the effect is minimal. Large-scale studies have shown that the amount of water in a standard cup of coffee or tea far outweighs the small amount of extra fluid you might lose. So yes, that morning cup absolutely counts toward your daily fluid goal. Moderation is key, of course, but there's no need to feel guilty about it. If you want a simple homemade electrolyte drink, just add a tiny pinch of high-quality sea salt and a generous squeeze of lemon or lime to a glass of water. The salt provides sodium and trace minerals, and the citrus provides potassium and a bright flavor. It's a simple, inexpensive, and effective way to enhance your hydration. As always, a quick word of caution. If your doctor has advised a strict low-sodium diet for blood pressure or other health reasons, be mindful of adding salt. A quick message or call to your clinician's office can clarify what's right for you. By focusing on these electrolyte-rich fluids and foods, you'll notice you feel more energetic, your muscles feel less prone to cramping, and you achieve a sense of lasting cellular hydration. Now that we know what to drink and why, how can we be sure it's working? You don't need fancy equipment. Your body provides clear, simple signals every single day if you know how to read them. This is about becoming an attentive observer of your own well-being, which is one of the most empowering things you can do for your health. The first and most reliable indicator is the color of your urine. Your kidneys are constantly working to filter waste products out of your blood. When you are well hydrated, they have plenty of water to dilute these waste products, and your urine will be a pale, straw-like yellow. Think of the color of light lemonade. This is your goal. If you notice your urine is a darker amber or honey color, it's a clear and simple sign from your body that it is conserving water and you need to drink more fluids. It's not a reason to panic. It's just useful information. See it as a friendly memo from your kidneys asking for a bit more to work with. It's also important to understand what's normal so you don't worry unnecessarily. It is perfectly normal for your first morning urine to be darker. You've just gone 6 to 8 hours without any fluids, so your body has naturally concentrated it. That's a sign of your kidneys doing their job well. Also, certain things can temporarily change the color. B vitamins, for instance, can turn it a bright, almost neon yellow. Eating beets or blackberries can give it a pink or reddish tint. This is harmless. What you're looking for is the general pattern throughout the day. If you're finding these practical tips useful, a quick tap on the subscribe button ensures you'll get more insights like this. A second, though slightly less reliable, at-home check is the skin turgor test. Gently pinch the skin on the back of your hand for a couple of seconds and then let it go. In a well-hydrated person, the skin should snap back into place almost immediately. If the skin is slow to return to its flat position, a phenomenon sometimes called tinting, it can be a sign of dehydration. I say this is less reliable because as we age, our skin naturally loses some of its elasticity, so this test can sometimes give a false positive. However, it can still be a helpful clue, especially when you combine it with other signs. What are those other signs? Pay attention to the subtle cues. A dry, sticky feeling in your mouth is an obvious one, but so is unexpected fatigue. If you hit a wall of exhaustion at 2 p.m. before you reach for a cookie or more coffee, try drinking a large glass of water and waiting 15 minutes. You might be surprised at how much it helps. Other clues include infrequent urination. If you're only going 2 or 3 times a day, that's likely not enough, or feeling a bit dizzy or lightheaded when you stand up from a chair. These are all quiet whispers from your body that it needs more fluid. It's also important to know when a sign is more serious. If you are experiencing significant confusion, extreme dizziness, a very rapid or weak pulse, or if you have not been able to urinate for more than 8 hours, these are red flags. This indicates a more severe level of dehydration, and it is important to contact your doctor or seek medical attention right away. But for day-to-day management, the urine color chart is your best friend. It's simple, it's free, and it gives you real-time feedback. By paying attention to these signs, you move from guessing about your hydration to knowing. We've covered the why, the what, and the how to monitor. But I want to address what I know is the biggest and most practical hurdle for many people: the very real concern about frequent restroom visits, especially when it disrupts sleep or when mobility is a challenge. This is a completely valid and understandable fear. The worry about needing to rush to the bathroom or the risk of a fall during a hurried trip at night can lead many people to consciously or unconsciously restrict their fluid intake. Let's talk about this directly and with empathy. First, it's helpful to understand a slightly counterintuitive piece of science. When you're chronically dehydrated, your urine becomes highly concentrated. This concentrated urine can act as an irritant to the sensitive lining of your bladder. An irritated bladder is an urgent bladder. It can trigger that sudden, strong need to go, even if the bladder isn't very full. By staying consistently well hydrated, you produce more diluted, less irritating urine. For many people, this can lead to a calmer bladder and a less frantic sense of urgency, even if the total number of trips in a day is slightly higher. The feeling is more manageable and less alarming. The most effective strategy to manage this is all about timing. I call it front-loading your fluids. Focus on drinking the majority of your daily water, broths, and other fluids in the morning and early afternoon. Keep your water bottle full and sip steadily until about 5 or 6 p.m. Then, in the evening, you can begin to taper off. This doesn't mean you can't drink anything. If you're thirsty, you should absolutely drink. But try to limit your intake to small sips a couple of hours before you plan to go to sleep. Avoid having a huge glass of water right before bed. This simple shift can make a world of difference for your sleep quality. Another helpful technique is to sip, don't gulp. Chugging a 16-ounce glass of water all at once puts a sudden, large load on your kidneys to process. This can trigger a fairly rapid need to urinate. By taking smaller, more frequent sips throughout the day, you allow your body to absorb and process the fluid more gradually. It's a gentler approach for your entire system, from your cells to your bladder. Finally, let's talk about preparing your environment to support you. If mobility is a concern, make hydration as easy as possible. Get a lightweight water bottle with a built-in straw and keep it on the table right next to your favorite chair. You won't have to get up and down as often just to get a drink. And for peace of mind, especially at night, ensure the path to the bathroom is completely clear of clutter and well lit with a nightlight. For some, having a sturdy bedside commode can be an incredibly reassuring tool. It dramatically reduces the risk of a fall during a sleepy, nighttime trip to the bathroom. Using tools that increase your safety and independence is a sign of wisdom, not weakness. And of course, if you are struggling with persistent issues like urinary incontinence, urgency that disrupts your life, or difficulty starting a stream, please have a conversation with your doctor. These are common medical issues, and there are many effective treatments and strategies available. You do not have to let these concerns be a barrier to the vital habit of good hydration. Staying hydrated is not about achieving perfection. It's about gentle, consistent attention. It's one of the most fundamental acts of self-care you can practice, a quiet commitment you make to yourself each day to keep your mind clear, your body energized, and your systems running smoothly. Every sip is a small investment in your own resilience. With each glass of water, each cup of warm broth, each piece of juicy fruit, you are building a stronger, sharper, and more vibrant version of yourself. This is not a race, it's a practice. Be patient and kind with yourself as you build this simple, powerful habit. I would love to hear from you in the comments below. What is one small adjustment you might try this week? Perhaps it's placing a water glass by your bed tonight, or maybe trying that cucumber and mint in your water. Sharing your own tips and experiences helps everyone in our community learn and grow together. If this conversation was helpful to you, please consider giving the video a like and subscribing to the channel. It lets us know we're creating content that matters to you, and it helps other people who are looking for calm, credible health guidance find our community.